Hi, y'all. Hi, I'm Peyton. I'm coming to you from North Georgia, Tennessee line, and I am going to attempt to make communion bread, and I'm going to attempt also in the first time I attempt to make communion bread, you have to set a timer for 18 minutes to do it correctly. So I have that ready to go. So before I even start, I've preheated my oven to 475, and I also have a baking sheet that I lined with parchment paper. I also brought out what ingredients I think I will need and tools. So in order to help this go like in the time appropriate amount of time, I feel like this preparation step was much necessary in order to ease my mind. But you know, if you like searching for things, you do you, boo. All right, so we set the timer for 18 minutes, and that starts when we mix our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. So first off, I'm going to start out with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. All right. And then I have a teaspoon of kosher salt. And I'm going to put the lid on that because, you know, I'm messy and I'll lose it. I will lose the lid, or I'll throw it away trying to clean it. I'll clean it away. All right. Now I have my dry ingredients in a mixing bowl. I haven't started my timer or mixed my wet ingredients in yet, but I am going to need 1/4 cup of olive oil. So in order to not waste any extra dishes, I'm gonna go ahead and pre-measure it into this cup that I used for flour. It's 5. All right. So, all right. Whew. Oh goodness. I feel like I'm a little stressed out right now. It's fine. My heart's beating. It's fine. So, I'm about to set the timer, and in this mixing bowl, I am going to combine the oil, and then I have a 1/2 cup of milk that I have sat out to get room temperature, and I actually sat it on top of the eye where my oven like vents, so it would get a little warmer because I do want it to be like room temperature. All right, so I have the timer for 18, oh, not 1 hour and 18 minutes, actually 18 minutes. And what we're gonna do is combine the wet ingredients into this dry bowl, and we're gonna knead it by hand. Then I'm going to use this thing to like make it into 4 balls. I'm gonna roll them into balls. Then I have a little like baking sheet not a baking sheet. It's basically like a cutting board, but I just use it as like a working surface most of the time. And so I'm gonna sprinkle some flour on that, and then roll the pieces out, and then use a pizza cutter to cut them once I have put them on the baking sheet. And I'm going to bake them for 8 to 10 minutes. So I have about 8 to 10 minutes to get this onto that and into the oven. So let's go. Oh gosh. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna mix the wet ingredients into the dry. I have this little thing that I have my, like, I'll go ahead and put this up here and flour it, you know. I'll just go ahead and do that step too. Why not? So, alright. So I'm going to flour my little work surface first. So, you know, I'm ready to go with these little balls once I get them out. Alright. Alright, start. Start. I'm going to pour the milk and the olive oil into this flour and salt that we have in here. And God gave you the best tools in the world to make bread with. They're called hands. So mix this up. And from what it says, it's going to make like a shaggy dough. I don't even know what that means. And then if you knead it for a minute or two, it'll turn smooth. So at first it'll be shaggy, but just keep working it and it'll become smooth. So I'm working. I'm scared, y'all. What if I burn this bread? What if I don't like adhere to the 18-minute thing? What if it's 19-minute communion bread? Can you even eat it at that point? Or am I just gonna be giving out crackers to everybody in the neighborhood until I get it down right? I should have probably tried this like a couple days ago because I need this for tomorrow. So, you know. Alright, I see it is definitely changing texture. So I understand now what they mean by at first it'll be shaggy, but if you keep working it, it'll become completely smooth. Because at first it was like, I don't know how to explain it. Shaggy. That's a really good explanation for it. It's a really good way to describe it. All right. I'm at 15 minutes and 19 seconds. It's fine. It doesn't say, okay, it does say knead the dough for several minutes. I was going to say, it doesn't say how long I'm supposed to knead this for. But I do feel it changing textures. I don't know how to explain it other than you'll feel it change textures. And I don't feel like it has completely changed the texture. Like some of it is a little shaggy still. Okay, this is what I'm seeing is like this is what I would consider still shaggy, and it's starting to become completely smooth. So just working it. And I'm kind of excited because I've never done this. All right. I'm gonna take this and cut it into 4 pieces. Right? And I'm going to take my pieces and make small balls, right? And it says to take a rolling pin or a glass and roll them until they're about 1/8 of an inch thick. I don't even know. I'm trying to visualize. Okay, I see 1 inch. I know what 1 inch is. I can visualize a 1/2 inch. Okay, so they're wanting like flatter, like tortilla sized flatness. That's what we're looking for here. That's like a 1/2 inch. Keep going. Alright. I think that's like 1/8 of an inch. And go that way. It's a struggle. I'm trying to stay in the camera frame. I really am. It's just a struggle. I'm trying to wrestle a rolling pin right now. Okay. I got one of the Bing things right here. Do another one. Super excited because it seems like I am, at least on this part, am being kind of successful here. I mean, it hasn't gone into the oven yet, so I should stop just because I did ask my beauty group to pray for this bread, though, that I didn't burn it. So maybe those prayers will work. All right. Second piece. And this is where I'm going to cheat a little bit. It says afterwards you can cut it with a pizza cutter. But I'm actually going to go in right now with my little pizza cutter and cut these because I do want them to break easy tomorrow. So, oh gosh. And I wouldn't say I'm necessarily cutting them. I'm just basically like taking a pizza cutter to score. All right. Here we go. Timer 8 minutes. Set. Let's see where we're at on this one. Okay, it says 10 minutes and 18 seconds on this one. So I'm going to take the other 2 balls now. And flatten them out with the rolling pin. I promise I'm trying to stay in frame, y'all. Promise. It's just, it's a lot. All right. I don't know if anyone else drives their rolling pin like I do, but I can't use the handles. I literally put my hands on the actual rolling pin and roll. I can't use the handles. I try. I think my fingers are too big, or my cylinder isn't tall enough because I feel like they get on the counter. So, since that baking sheet things in the oven. Alrighty. I'm gonna put this ready here. All right. Looks like we're, doing good on time. Oh my gosh, y'all. 6 minutes and 13 seconds in the oven. And it says 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes on 475 degrees, which sounds like burnt bread to me, but whatever. I'm going to follow the directions, but just doesn't sound right to me, but whatever. I've never done this before, so I'm just going to go with the directions. And this one is done here. And then scoring it again with my little pizza cutter before it goes in the oven, because right. Okay, so I'll be back. All right, let's take tray 1 out of the oven here. Oh gosh, a blast of hot air. Woo. Hey. Woo. Smoke alarm is probably gonna go off because I just opened the oven. Oh, these are cute. They came out like easy to score. As if on cue, smoke alarm. Stop! Yeah. It tastes like unleavened bread. So, let's see what I have. I have 1 minute and 7 seconds left. I have 1 minute and 57 seconds left on the second tray that's in the oven. So, yeah. So now you know how easy it is to make communion bread yourself at home. Enjoy.